What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Robert, A1EDU. We're going to discuss Liberty's brand new, redesigned Franklin series, specifically the Franklin 50, and what makes it tick, why you might want to buy this safe, and why you might want to stick around to the end of the video, because there's a giveaway. Let's get into the video. What makes it new? Why are we talking about it? I'm gonna fill you in. Are you ready? Come down this journey of a little game I like to call what you see in front of you. Then we'll get into all those details. Are you ready? We like to start with size, so you can get an image in your head of exactly how big this is. Because clearly I'm 350 pounds, 6'5". So how big is this thing? None of those are true. This thing stands in at 72.5 inches tall. It is 42 inches wide. Now the depth is 27.5. That is from the back of the safe to the very front of the safe. However, that does not include the hardware, the lock, nor the electricity plug that this thing comes with. And we'll get into that shortly so we can talk about that. So the finish, because that's what you see in front of you. Yes, this is their very famous, been around for decades now, textured granite finish. Light gray color, as you can see. Obviously the lettering comes with the gray in that, but with that they give us new, start here, right? Polished chrome 5-spoke handle. That's new to the Franklin series. It's always been a not always, I don't want to say that. It's been a 3-spoke handle as long as I can remember. How about that? Right above it, that is the Secure RAM D drive, also new to the Franklin family. We're gonna talk a lot about the lock, but it's quite a bit different keypad than the other models that we've seen and the other ones we have videos on. So we're gonna talk about why it's different, what makes it new. Why do you keep saying new? You keep saying new, Judgy. This is available in like, I'm gonna lie to you. He can correct me on the screen right now, but I think like 5 different finishes. Something like that. Multiple finishes, right? There's like high gloss black and marble and gloss gray. It comes in a few different colors, right? So that's kind of what we see in front of us. Now, what is in front of us is, oh, yes, it's American made. I saw your hand in the back. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. It is American made, yes, because it's a Liberty Safe product. It's made in Utah. The steel, the parts that they put all into it, it's at least, I know they say a higher number, I'm gonna say it's at least 82%, 86% American made, because there's certain things you can't get in this country. They're just not made here, right? So they're ordered in, but yes, so it is American made. Now, let's get back to it. The body and the door are constructed of 11 gauge steel. 11 gauge is good. It's not phenomenal, it's not great. I'm not trying to blow smoke up your tail and tell you, oh man, no, it's really good though. And what makes it really good? Why does he keep saying that? Well, I'm basing that off of the examples that we've seen as a locksmith company of people trying to brute force their way into a safe. 11 gauge seems to hold up well. So besides the door being constructed of 11 gauge, there's also an interior plate of steel behind that one that is a 12 gauge steel, so slightly thinner, but the two combined make the door substantially heavier and harder to try to beat on or try to cut or whatever. And everybody, oh man, I cut one in 5 minutes. Show me, don't tell me. So you've got some good weight there in the door and in the body, making it a stronger box, okay? So I'm just gonna go right to the lock because it's already what you see in front of you. That's fair, okay? So Secure RAM D drive, that is direct drive. I don't know if I'm allowed to legally say that because another company says that, but that's the idea. What that means essentially is that you're retracting a dead bolt when you open it. So for example, you would enter your 6-digit code. At that point, you would actually rotate the entire lock face, the keypad rather. You would rotate it clockwise, and at the same time as now I've entered my code and the lock is inside the door has accepted my code, as I'm turning the face, I'm pulling up that bolt manually. So when I go to lock it back, I'm gonna do the same thing backwards. I'm gonna turn it and the bolt goes down. So I am retracting and I'm throwing that deadbolt myself. That's cool. Why? Well, because that's less working parts inside the lock body to have an issue. Now, cool feature about it. If we're going on vacation, if we're going out of town or whatever, and we're leaving everything behind, it's like, well, what if I just take the keypad with me? Did he just break that on camera? No, it's literally designed to do that. It's got magnets that hold it on, and so it makes a connection in the center. Obviously, it's easy to change the battery. And so that's a nice deterrent. So if some fool is attempting to play with this thing, they're just gonna knock it off, and then they're gonna think, what do I do now? That's right, you're out of luck. It's a pretty neat little feature, actually. And so when you get back from vacation, you just pop it on, you're good to go. So that's kind of what we see in front of us. We talked about the door a little bit. Let's continue to talk about the door, okay? Don't look inside, stay with me, we're talking about the door, okay? These right here, this is their solid state locking bars. Like that? I had to look that up because I always forget what they call it now. So those are 1/4 inch thick steel, and they're actually coming out of all 4 sides of the door when you turn that handle to lock the safe. And what's cool about that is that these are stronger in many tests than your standard 1-inch round bolt. Why? It's pretty simple, because that's 4 inches across and wide. So all 4 inches has to be, touching right here, which makes it stronger. It has 12 times the contact radius than a round bolt. And what's really cool is that all of these that you see in front of you in the camera, that's one piece of steel. So imagine it's like a giant cone going in and out and locking it down. Really neat how they do that. What else I want to talk about with the door? I'm gonna move on. Fire. This little sticker right here tells me that this safe is rated for 110 minutes at 1200 degrees. It's called their cool box technology. It's what they refer to as their developed fire protection in their safes, cool box. So anyway, 110 at 1200 degrees. And so what does that really mean, or what does that really look like? Let's close the door. I want to make a quick graph for you and kind of show you and break down the fire rating and what that really means. So I'm just gonna use my clapper and turn my lights off. It's kind of old. Why are they? That's not. Turn the lights off! All right, graph, you ready? Here we go. So imagine there's a fire and it's burning. And as it's burning, it's getting hotter. And as it's getting hotter and hotter and hotter, it's gonna get all the way up to 1200 degrees. It's really hot. Now imagine it stays burning and fire everywhere, right? And it's just going at it, and it stays that hot for 110 minutes, almost 2 hours. What the Liberty Cool Box technology is telling us is that at 1200 degrees for 110 minutes, the interior of the safe won't get hotter than 350 degrees for that. That's super impressive. It's really good fire rating. Ready? Thank you. Look, it worked. So the reason why I say that's super impressive is that in our line of work, we've normally seen this so many times, fires, and what happens, that we typically recommend 60 minutes at 1200 degrees, kind of as a baseline. You can buy whatever you want to buy, but that's just our opinion. I'm going to say it to you every time, okay? So great fire rating. Part of the fire rating it's important to talk about, of course, is Palusol, which is a material going all the way around the door jamb. What happens is that Palusol will expand 7 times its normal size during a fire. It'll start expanding between 212, 257 are the numbers that are normally thrown around, so I'm gonna keep throwing them around with you. So that's expanding, and so why that's important is because whatever gap is between this door when it's closed and the body, well, it's trying to close off that gap so that we don't let things in like the soot and the smoke, obviously the fire. So we're doing a lot of things to watch out to protect ourselves from fire rating. That's great stuff. Now, a lot of what we talked about is not new to the Liberty family of safes. They've been doing a lot of these things, right? So I'll say new every time there's a new thing. So right here, you've got your deluxe door panel. They've had this for a very long time. They do it and they do it really well. So I can put 10 pistols up here at the top clearly. These right here They're great for, let's see, it's empty, calm down. Right here, you can put the magazines, right? So they do that exceptionally well, they always have. Zippers, little pouches, whatever you want to put in there, I don't know, don't ask me. What's it designed for? Seriously, I don't know. But back to fire protection for 1 second. Cool pocket. The cool pocket, and there's 2 of them on the door, they're sewn on, and what happens is that they're heat insulated on the inside. So fire retardant material, okay? So whatever documents, whatever pictures or cash, things that I put in the cool pockets, it'll stay 50 degrees cooler in the pocket than it would if it was sitting on a shelf inside the safe. That's awesome. Standard equipment with this model. Now, what makes them so new besides the things we talked about? Any guesses? Anybody? No? The brand new Pro Flex modular interior. As you will notice, there's a bit of chaos to the placement of the shelves that I put in here, and that's for good reason. Because we're super modular with this interior. We can do whatever we want to do. What does he mean? Well, I've got some shorties way up here for no reason. I've got some longer dudes over here just hanging out, doing whatever they do. I've got ammo cans underneath guns. This is crazy. But this is what you need in your life is modularity. We all want it. We all want options. We're getting it now with the new Pro Flex interior. So this is a 45 long gun. And will that fit all 45 of your long guns? I don't know that. But I do know with such modularity and the capability to be able to separate, say, shotguns from bolt guns to black guns to short guns, that's how you actually get closer to those numbers, is by being able to organize and move things around with that super modularity. So, brand new, it's only introduced on the Franklin line so far. Fingers crossed that this does well in the market. I think we'll see this a lot more because we've seen this type of modularity elsewhere with other manufacturers, and it's done very well. Look at this pretty B-roll shot, hopefully that's on the screen. This is the premium leather-like material. Pretty cool. So instead of having our normal pin dot velour or carpet or trunk liner material that they use, they've actually given us something else. Pretty neat, because if I got anything on this, I feel like it's gonna wipe off really easily. Haven't had a lot of time to play with that, so I'm not 1000% sure, but I'm pretty sure. Now, it does come with LED lighting. As you can see, that's not on right now, because the LED lighting comes in a box for you to just slap on whenever you're ready, put it however you want. Maybe you're not interested in it, so they leave it in the box for you to decide. It does have their premium outlet kit, so you can get the electricity. We talked about electricity at the beginning of the video a little bit, meaning there will be a plug that sticks out of the back of your safe about an inch or so. So between the handle, the plug in the back, we were talking about the depth, I didn't say it, I never finished my thought. You want about 30.5 inches of depth for wherever you're putting it. All of this combined is a really cool new package. Love the interior, love what's going on here, because I think, again, as a gun guy, I believe that I can get a lot of modularity, a lot of movement. I can do different things, like I said, so I'm a pretty big fan of that. I can throw ammo around, and so neat thing that essentially you're getting 3 different size shelves. So everything on this section is one size, second size, and third size. So they've given you some real flexibility on what needs a bigger platform or maybe what doesn't need a bigger shelf to set on. They're all the same depth though, so that's cool. I can move that around and I don't lose my depth as I'm moving things around. I can flip-flop it, meaning I can go this narrower or not as wide shelf. Well, I can move all of these to that side, move the bigger one over here if I want to, whatever. You can kind of flip-flop that around. So exceptionally user-friendly, and yeah, it's gonna be a hit. I think it's gonna do well. This thing comes in at 1,060 pounds. It's a big box. It's a big, heavy box. Retail, yeah? $43.99. In case I'm wrong. Movie magic, right? So all that and more could be yours. Maybe this is yours, maybe this is not, but something to definitely think about while you're shopping. Now, I believe the gentleman at the beginning of the video promised you a giveaway. Yes? Let's look into that. If you, my friends, like and subscribe, obviously, and comment below, we are going to ship you STOPBOX Pro. These things are gnarly. Quick access to get to weapons when needed to. We've gotten to play with these for quite a while, the scientist and I. We've played with them. We've done some other stuff with them too. It's a pretty gnarly box. The construction of it is designed to withstand drop tests and everything else. And it's like super quick access and all these things. And you can set it up and change it to your finger combination. Really cool box. So to get entered to win, again, like and subscribe, drop a comment. And if I reply to your comment below with the little emoji dude with the cowboy hat. It's one of my favorites, some Texan. It's cheap, but I'm taking it. If I reply to you with that emoji, you're the winner. Details will be in the description below, obviously. So go in there, check out, and see anything else you need to know about that. But this, again, the brand new Franklin 50. Thanks for stopping by. Even if you don't want to be entered into this, maybe consider liking and subscribing. Why not? Guys, I'm Robert, your friendly neighborhood locksmith. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks.